Okay, so Nick, when you're ready.
Okay, so last session was entitled "Unfuck This Plane." We started in Bralazar. It was very fucked up to begin with. As we're discussing where we're going to go, we're attacked by two Black Abishai and an Armonite. We beat them all up and decide to head to the Temple of Ilmater to see what's going on. It seems to have been used as a refuge as expected. There are lots of refugees, but none of the actual town guard. We arm as many people as possible and head into the back room to find Ardeth working on potions. He's badly injured. We have a fairly heated discussion about what needs to be done. Adriel pushes for just undoing the wishes. After a few minutes of back and forth argument, Adriel just uses the genie's last wish to undo the wishes. The genie's bottle rattles and everything fades away, returning us to the crypt just before we made our wishes. But this time the genie's bottle is gone. We head back into Martek's chamber and return him from his slumber again. We have a again heated discussion with Martek, discovering that he's using his cycle to maintain his own immortality. Lunara thinks he's too afraid of eternity to face the possibility that Calatharius could actually be destroyed. But we have one plan, so we're going to have to do it. The plan is simple. We choose the battlefield and bring Calatharius to us. We fight him while Martek uses his powers to trap him. We have 10 days to prepare. Martek sends us back to Bralazar. Apparently, Uzmagaris and Madarara are working on something that should be done in about 10 days too. We head back to the palace to update them and requisition some more resources for our fight ahead. We have our own little tying up our loose ends aspect bit. Lunara donates her house to the Temple of Ilmater. Adriel spends his time raising followers. He seems now to have a stronger connection to his sisters and Calatharius, and is more able to hear and single in on the prayers of individual followers. Seems like he's made Canadas into a prophet. Magnus immerses himself back into temple life, tying up loose ends and giving his racing franchise persona to his friend. Wei uses his last night to write a message to his grandmother, which he then burns to send to her. Magnus casts divination, asking if we have the means to defeat Calatharius. The response is as cryptic as to be expected. We also then receive our response from Pandora. A few days after our meeting at the palace, the city mobilizes, joined by the nomadic tribes, united in their resolve to throw themselves at Calatharius to buy us some more time. 10 days after our first meeting with Martek, we're pulled onto the field of battle where Martek awaits. And that's it.
Amazing, thank you. Um, so I'm not sure what map to bring us to. I guess the question is, so the army from Bralazar is marching towards Cynodacia. You know that Calatharius is there and is causing havoc. You also know that there is war going on within the lost city itself down below. So the nomadic tribes have also joined forces with the citizens of Bralazar, and you guys have a fairly substantial army that is marching on this forsaken part of the desert, really. You guys are to be teleported to just outside of the city by Martek. And so I guess, assuming no one has any other loose ends that need wrapping up, is that correct? We're all good there?
I
I think so.
believe so.
Okay.
Yep.
So, in that case, and I know there were some things you wanted to do kind of like before the battle, and that's kind of what we're leading into now. So you feel 10 days after your first meeting with Martek, you feel a tug, a pull, and you know what it is, and so you know not to resist it. And you are teleported to really just a place in the desert. It's just outside the ruins of Cynodacia that you encountered all those many days ago. But it's just a little bit outside of there because even from here you can see that the ruins have been sort of taken over by demons, by devils, by creatures from the abyss, and Calatharius is presumably among them. When you get to this area, Martek is there Um, and he greets you, and he says, "Well, today is the day, as it was prophesied by me, all of those many, many years ago." And he looks proud and he looks happy, almost like he's pleased that he's engineered this whole system. Um, and he says, I knew that this would happen, and here you all stand before me today, willing to throw yourselves against the creature that I might work my magic and ensure that civilization is kept safe for another 1,000 years.
Can can I do any kind of, I don't know how this, like an insight or arcana, just to try to think about, what am I trying to say?
Yeah, I understand you're feeling suspicious of
Yeah,
him.
yeah. What he
Yeah,
just
go ahead and
said.
roll me an insight check.
Where are we? 16.
Um, so
Like, was there any hint in what he just said that could help us
um,
destroy them both?
he,
Maybe.
he seems convinced that the only way to defeat Calatharius is to do what he has been telling you to do this whole time, which is to put him in this prison and keep him. He's convinced that's the only
Yeah.
way that is possible. He's also a little bit full of his own importance. No, that's not true. He's a lot full of his own importance. Um, it's been 1,000 years. He's the one who's engineered this. He's the one who is capable of stopping it. He does seem to enjoy the power. You definitely get that from him, but he does seem to think it is the only way.
Okay. So I just say to everybody else, guys, I think there must be a different way.
I've been saying that for a while now.
I know, but we must think of something.
We had 10 days to think of something, and I don't know about you, but I drew a blank. This could buy us another 1,000 years.
Since none of us are smart enough to figure it out, can someone do an intelligence check?
So
See if we can get a
actually,
hint.
this Megarius comes up to you and she grabs your hand, brother, and she says, "Brother, we might be able to defeat him
For good? As I look down at her.
if we can get him back to his home plane. If he is sent within the star gem, and we go inside with him, and we kill him there, we think he will stay dead. But there is a problem. If we go inside the star gem, I do not know how we would get out again."
Yeah, that's what I was worried about. So he just closes his eyes, like drops his head. And are you ready to do this?
Ismagarius, the little girl, nods her head and says, "I've lived a really long time.
I'm going to miss my people.
They will manage without you. Your people are strong."
I just nod to her, like I agree.
Madurara at that point steps in and says, I will step through the portal as well and help you when the time comes.
And I get the sense that this is just the three of us. Or does she mean all of us?
The more people that step through, the more chance you have of actually defeating him.
Okay. And can everyone hear this, or is she just talking to me?
Yeah, she's talking to you, but everyone is there.
Okay, good. All right. So I don't have to relay what she just said. Now look at the rest of them. Are you ready to do this?
Do we have a way of letting the outside know when we've succeeded? Because if we do, then they can let us out when we're done. If there isn't a way, then we're just going to be trapped in there.
We were not able to determine any way to send a message outside of the crystal.
It's a one-way trip, guys.
I mean, Magnus walks up to Adriel and like puts his hand on Adriel's shoulder. I've traveled hundreds of miles with you so far. I can follow you a few more feet.
I grab his, I touch, like put my hand over his hand and pet it.
My condition is Lunara doesn't come in. It's your job to write down all the steps that we took to undo the release of this creature so that if we fail in there and the cycle repeats, there's record of how to fix it.
I agree.
You see her eyes kind of well up. She's preparing to say, "No, fuck you, I'm coming with you." But you see she gets the point, and she kind of just wordlessly nods.
And I say, and the Raven Queen isn't done with you yet, I'm sure.
Probably not. She'd probably be very pissed off if I disappeared.
Then we look away.
I will take out the very rare tome, Lost Tome of Knowledge. I give it to Lenara.
Oh.
Oh.
Right, so what you want to do, right, is down south near Tethys. It's very far, love. Right. It's up in the Snowflake Mountains, and when you hit a rock, when you hit the rock that kind of looks like me, make a right. It's not actually me, but it kind of looks like me.
Okay, I'll do that. I'll return it to your people for you.
Right, you know what Teth is, right?
I'm sure I can find it.
I'll pull out a map. All right. And I'll take out my little quill and I'll circle it.
Okay.
See where? All the way up here. Right. Temple's down here.
I think she knows how to read a map.
I do know how to read map, but thank you.
No, it's just very. It's just very far. I just thought.
Yeah,
I don't want it to get lost.
I may even be able to teleport some of that distance, so we'll see what we can work out.
Wonderful then.
And
Right. See you on the other side.
and I say, and one more thing, please. And I start taking all my stuff off, like all my gold, any items that were expensive, and I kind of just put it all into a pile. I say, can you please make sure this gets back to my people at the new city?
Sure. I'll put it in the bag of holding.
Yep, I nod to everyone.
I mean,
Right.
yeah, Magnus will probably do the same. The only things he keeps on him are his flask and his smokes and most of the Cuban cigars. He gives Lunara and Wei both one.
Ooh. Okay. And with that, I guess, where do you go from here? Martek is, he hasn't overheard your conversation with your plans for the Star Gem. He is busy futzing with his um, supplies that he's brought with them. He has a table that he has conjured. And on the table he has laid out the 5 Star Gems, and he has like a metal like bowl with items inside of it. There's a small incense burner. He's clearly getting prepared to do the ritual. And he says to you, he cannot be driven away. He must be within about 600 feet of the Star Gem in order for it to be able to catch him and pull him inside. It is your job to keep him there, to protect me, and to distract him, because if he figures out that that I am casting this spell, then he shall go for me and it will all be over.
Is there any way to hide you from his sight or sense?
I need to be able to see him in order to enact the ritual.
How big is this guy's table? Would it fit within, I don't know, say a tiny hut?
Yeah, it would.
I will start ritually casting Liamon's tiny hut around him.
Okay. He nods with approval and says that should hold things off for a while. Smart. I do not have the energies to hold up that kind of magic while I perform this ritual, but if you can do that, excellent.
Do we want him to explain how this ritual works just in case, something goes pear-shaped and either we need to jump in at a moment's notice or
Yeah,
take over?
if he gives me the Cliff Notes version, I guess.
He looks at you and scoffs and says, "You do not have the power to perform a ritual like this. It would tear you to shreds before you completed it."
Listen here, old man. We've come a long way to help you fix your fuck up. Just explain it.
It is not my fuck up. I have protected this city for 1,000 years and I'm bound to do it for 1,000 more.
Less of the ego, more of the sorting this out so that we have a fallback plan, please.
Very well, but I will warn you now. Whoever completes this ritual will die, only to be resurrected by heroes in 1,000 years. Are you prepared for that?
If that's what it takes, yes. And if it means I don't have to hear any more of your bravado, excellent.
Very well. And he describes the ritual to you. Lunar, it is complicated. You think you could probably do it, but the amount of power that he is channeling is quite scary, and you're not sure if you could withstand that amount of power.
Sure.
You're not sure he can withstand that amount of power. The more he explains it to you and the more that you realize what he's saying, the more tenuous this plan sounds.
This Netherese
It's
magic.
tenuous since day one.
Do I see Lenara's face like looking like she's questioning it? Like, she giving any signal?
Lenara, she does maybe look a little bit kind of, okay, this is a rough plan.
Is anybody else getting Hohenheim vibes from this guy? Is he gonna like suck the
Yeah.
life force out of a whole army of people?
What's wrong, Lenara?
That's such a good series. This is a complicated ritual. There's a lot that can go wrong. I'm not even sure that both mine and his power together could do this. She kind of says quietly.
Magnus, can you make me an intelligence check, please?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
I'll question it. Then how did he do it the first time?
There you go. There's a solid
Luck,
9 for you.
maybe.
Wait, can you make me an intelligence check, please?
You're asking the average intelligence
Yeah,
guy.
why
to
not
make it.
Lenara?
If anybody should be, it should be Lunar. She just heard the whole ritual.
Not bad, 14. I doubt it.
Wait, you're suddenly reminded that this was once a very lush and beautiful place full of people and life. And 1,000 years ago, something happened that turned it into a desolate wasteland.
That's the
Mm.
cost.
I'm gonna linger on that for quite a long time, waiting for the gears to fully, fully get rolling.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Oh, that explains it. I see. He's gonna kill the desert. He's gonna make the desert an even worse desert.
And that's why we can't keep doing this every 1,000 years. Daft bastard.
That's what I think, anyways.
I
Well then,
Do
I
you
don't
think?
see that we have.
I mean, it's obviously going to, because it's already a desert there. But I was like, do we think the effects are going to stretch as far as, say, Bralazar and wipe that out again?
well, Bralazar's in the desert then.
Yeah, no.
Can I-
Magnus started saying it, and he was like, "No, wait, it's gonna happen."
Can I make a Arcana
It's-
check or something as to what would be the consequences of such a massive discharge of magic?
It's gonna turn into a super desert.
Yeah, of course you can. Go ahead, make me that Arcana check.
frozen tundra, no sun.
For starters, there's probably a reason that the only people in Cynodycia who survived were underground. It will probably kill everyone and everything on the surface. And yes, it will reach as far as Bralazar. And yes, it will probably destroy the city. He will probably have to pull from as much as he can get. And this time there's less here, so it could extend even further. Probably the desert will expand.
Motherfucker.
Can
Oh, I
I?
really don't want to do this. About to go into like an actual final battle, but would expending spell slots to like channel magic, would it lessen the impact of this spell or the toll of this spell?
Probably not.
So can I just clarify something for myself? So
Yeah.
the plan that Usmagaris has told me, does that entail doing this guy's ritual as well, or is that something separate? So if we pull him in, we don't have to destroy the desert. Or
If you pull him in, the magic to bind him into the crystal will destroy the desert.
okay, so even Usmagaris' idea would end with the desert being destroyed.
Lunara, if you
Mhm.
gave him your magic, you think it would, like, you could basically work with him
Okay.
to provide him all of your magic. It would probably save the city. You would probably be able to lessen the impacts.
Okay. Like
The
it's-
bright side is it will also kill all of the demons and devils that are up here. So there's a
Yeah,
silver
but
lining.
it'll also kill all the people that have come out to fight them, right?
Yep.
Including the people that Lunara cares about potentially, if the Lost City have sent people up too. Oh, fuck. She kind of goes to Caltharis and says, "Did you know about this? Did you know this was the consequence?"
Martek.
To Martek?
Martek, sorry. Yes. Did you know this was the consequence? You all-powerful wizard, you must have done.
I was aware that I had to draw power from somewhere, yes.
So you're willing to sacrifice, at this point, it's got to be approaching millions of people for this to only have to do it again in 1,000 years?
They will all die regardless. At least this way we save the ones who come
We
in
save what,
between.
6? What, maybe the 6 people that are outside the blast radius?
We
Yeah,
can save
oh,
the ones that
excellent
come in
plan.
between, the ones that will come after.
Cool. Yeah, once this place is habitable again in 500 years' time.
Yes.
Fuck me. There has to be a better way of doing this. There has to be a way of doing this that doesn't fucking destroy everyone.
Really wish we hadn't blown all those genie wishes.
Yeah, same.
Just thrown the
Wish
genie
I'd-
bottle into the magic cauldron.
I wish I'd wished for a competent wizard.
Magnus, you guys have used all the genie wishes.
I don't want to give this a-hole a genie. Wait a minute. What about Uzmagaris? Would she be able to make wishes?
They weren't with us when we initially got the jar.
But we also don't have the jar or the bottle.
Don't we? I don't remember ever getting rid of it.
The bottle wasn't there when we reappeared.
Oh,
Oh, that's right.
yes, it had disappeared. Well, that plans out. I got no magical items that I can really spare to sacrifice to power this thing. I've only got one, so.
So there's no way to get him into a star gem without destroying the desert. This is...
I mean,
Usmagarius,
I-
like, taps you on the shoulder and she says, "There might be one way, but he won't like it."
that makes it
That
sound
is-
all the more appealing.
Yeah, I'm like, okay.
Like, everybody huddle up over here. Not you. You keep prepping your ritual thing. Everybody else over here. Let's huddle up.
Do you mean him as a Martek?
She nods.
Right.
Sounds like
Well,
a
I'll do-
perfect plan.
Right out with it.
Mm-hmm.
I think he has to draw the power to save himself.
Right.
And how do we prevent him from doing so?
I mean, maybe if you ask him nicely.
Ask him
Have
to
you
say
met
what
the
for
guy?
team properly.
Or if someone killed him right as the spell was
That's-
cast.
I was just thinking that.
What if we appeal to his ego and say, like, if he wants to be remembered as a martyr and a proper hero, the only way to do it is to properly sacrifice himself, taking out.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, he'll always be just remembered as the guy who held it back.
Well, we won't tell him because then he'll be prepared. He's not going to want to die. He's been doing this for thousands of years just to prevent that from happening. I'll do it.
I feel wrong not giving him the chance to be the good guy.
It goes against everything his core is, though.
I-
Like he's been doing.
I
this.
would
He's
like
selfish. He's selfish. He's not evil.
I would like to maybe try and ask him, see if we can convince him to see the thing, because all we really need to do is hold Catharis in the Star Gem for long enough for you guys to finish him off, right? He doesn't need to stay in there 1,000 years. It's not going to take you 1,000 years, especially with how hard Way hits. It's not going to take you 1,000 years to punch him into a bloody pulp.
Punch him into a bloody pot. Love, do you remember? Did you see how tall he was? It's like 80 feet tall.
So? You fly. You're a monk. The bigger they are, the more space for you to hit them.
I am
More vulnerables.
You know, I am happy that you think of me so highly, but
I do. You are the hardest
Oh.
person I know.
Uh,
If anyone is going to give him a bloody nose, it's
that's
you.
what she said.
I mean, clearly.
Anyways, we should all right. Look, we should at least appeal to his ego, and please no backhanded compliments. That means you, Magnus.
Oh, I'm not talking to this guy. I am
Yeah,
not
you-
good with the speaky. That's you
And then
guys.
I point to Lenora. You too, love.
I feel like Adriel is the best here at persuasion.
I'll be the backup.
Like I can provide some support. Like I'll try and avoid being scathing, but
No being catty.
Okay.
no promises.
Okay, so Adriel, you walk over to Martek.
It has occurred to us that there is another way you can do this, or we can defeat this demon.
Oh, if there is. You have just determined another way now. Go on, tell me.
If he says it appears that when you cast a spell, most of your energy is expended to save yourself.
Yes, the spell would kill any normal any normal mage who cast it. It is a very powerful spell.
Do you consider yourself a good person?
I have died to save these people. So yes, I would consider myself to be a good person.
If you are willing to die to save these people, then wouldn't it make sense to not complete your spell where you destroy the world to save yourself?
If I do not, then who will come back in 1,000 years to put the demon back in his place?
We will defeat him.
You will not defeat him.
We will destroy him inside of the Star Gem. That will kill him forever.
He kind of like looks flummoxed for a moment. You will be trapped inside of the Star Gem forever. You realize this.
It is a risk we're willing to take.
I've made peace with me death, or internal banishment.
He'll just go inside of the Star Gem, and then there will be no one to save the people in 1,000 years.
There will be no need. This is the only way.
This is the way.
Give me a persuasion check, please, Adriel, with advantage, thanks to Way's help.
Whew. Here we go.
You got this.
You're the charisma guy.
29.
Yeah.
Oh. He looks at you, and you see kind of the man he probably once was before all of this happened. And he says, it's been a very long time since I felt hope. My entire existence, it feels like, has been just trying to stave off the inevitable. If you truly believe you can kill the beast, and I think perhaps you can, I will sacrifice myself to save the people of the desert. It is why I do this, after all.
I nod to him.
And he gives you a nod back. It's the first time he's shown you any respect whatsoever. And then he goes back to preparing his ritual. And he says, "It is almost time. You will need to distract him shortly. Say your final goodbyes. Get yourselves prepared."
And I trust him, right? That he's going to do the right thing. He's not just saying this. Do I do an insight?
Give me an insight check.
I'll do one too.
Okay.
There you go.
Adriel, he says it and he seems to mean it. And you believe him. Wei, he says it and he means it right now and you believe him. But you've also seen what people can crumble under pressure. So when that time comes, if he actually can or will go through with it, is a different story.
And me thinking that he's going to mean it, I turn to Lenara, Nick, and Wei, and I say, wait, did I say Nick? What's his name? Magnus?
You didn't.
And I say, thank you for not letting me make a mistake in killing him.
That's what we're here for.
Sometimes the wrath of a god can be uncontrollable.
Usmagarth nods.
Right. Well, I guess we should just huddle up, hash out the last of our plan, and prepare for battle.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So at this point, you guys have a few moments to plan. You can see demons moving in the ruined city, and you can see the army is here and ready to march on your orders. So get yourselves ready to go. You do have time to pop over and speak with the army if you want to do some morale raising, and then it's into the fight.
So I did think it's funny. I just thought about it. How we're having this long talk while in the background people are like screaming, and fighting.
Well,
going on.
there's not a combat happening.
It's not happening yet. Okay.
It's that calm before the storm where the enemy sides are where they're about to fight. They're sort of
Okay.
squaring off.
I didn't realize.
Yeah.
People are having their last meals of porridge and a cup of coffee.
Yeah, so it's like okay.
I need to know, does Wei share any of his misgivings regarding Martek?
I've been thinking about it. Give me a second. Give me 5 more seconds.
Yeah, I mean, I just need to know because it'll inform what I suggest we do. I think, yeah, in the meantime, I'll just huddle everybody up and I am going to cast Motivational Speech. At 3rd
All right,
and yeah, Magnus just he turns to everybody and goes, "Look, you guys know I'm not really one for talking much, but this may be my last opportunity to tell you all. It's been a real honor to travel with you all and try to right the wrong that has been unleashed on this desert. I mean, we have a plan. It seems like a solid plan. I think we've got a real chance. We've managed to amass an army, whereas a few short months ago, I could barely amass rent. I think we've all come a very long way, and we only have a very short way left to go. Here's to the home stretch.
Yeah. Home stretch together. It's been a hell of a ride, and it's been a privilege to be beside each of you. And we'll do everything we can to get this done. And assuming I get out of this safely, I will make sure that your stories are told and sung in every tavern I can fucking find. You have my word on that.
I look at him and I say, "Do you believe that I'm a god now?"
On the fence still.
I just laugh, give a smile.
I will. Okay, is Martek alone in the tiny hut
Yes.
with the hunch I've derived from what he's told us from Adriel, trying to convince him. I'm going to try to appeal to him personally first, and I will knock on the tiny hut because it's polite.
Okay. He sort of looks up annoyed and he says, "Yes, what now? I'm concentrating."
I'm doing this off the cuff. This is going to be really difficult for me. I suck at this.
No, you don't.
I'm going to sit down, legs crossed. I can tell you're nervous. Great one.
Of course I'm nervous. There's a lot hinging on this battle. I think we are all nervous and we would be fools not to be.
No, not nervous on our success. Nervous about your death.
He looks up at you sort of surprised and he says, "You see much." "Yes, I am a little nervous. I mean, I've never died before."
Well,
Well,
technically you have for the last millennia.
not in planning on staying dead anyway.
Look, AJ already made a wonderful case for this whole plan. I just wanted to tell you that, well, death is only the beginning, my friend. And I'm sure you know that already, but I just hope you have confidence in the next generation to defend this planet, this region, the desert, Bralazar, Sandacia, wherever you're from.
I barely remember myself. It's so long ago. I am an old man and I am tired. Perhaps it is time for the new generation to take up the mantle.
And, well, you can rest assured that I will look back, I will point out to Lenara, that one will call up the next generation of heroes should the need arise. What's the desert? God, what's this place called again? The desert?
Anurok.
Anurok isn't good hands. Believe you me. All right.
He sort of takes a big, like a big breath and he nods and he says, "Your words have bolstered me. Thank you. And good luck out there today."
Same to you, Master Martek. Perhaps we shall meet again in the next life.
Hmm. I think I should like that.
Oh, and don't pay any attention to what the other two always say about you in front of your face.
I have long since given up caring what others think of me.
They're an acquired taste.
You're all an acquired taste. Begone with you, I have work to do.
I just nod my head, half bow, and leave it to them.
Okay. So, first of
Oh,
all,
I want
sorry,
to
go
go
ahead,
back
Faye.
to the party now
Hmm.
and say there is a chance that Martek will falter. Perhaps he is too desperate to cling to life. But I trust he will do the right thing. Or rather, he will act according to what we've asked of him. Until
I
then,
mean, there's
do
always a
not
chance that any of us could break under that kind of pressure. I'm
back
not
out. Yes.
entirely surprised.
I'm only telling you now, just in case he actually does do it, and we can't be surprised, like, oh, what happened?
Well, I'll be ready if he does.
I think we'll all be busy. But perhaps Usmagarius can stay behind and keep a watch.
She needs to go inside the gem as well.
Does she? Do
I
you
think
want
I
to
do.
commit your siblings to an eternity of possibly nothingness?
I think it needs all three of them.
We already decided.
Separate, we are individuals. Together, we are whole.
I don't like the implication of that, but it is your life to choose to do with as you wish.
I could leave Quoth with him. To keep an eye, just ostensibly to be a communication technique if he needs to say anything to me. I don't know how good an idea that is.
I think
would
we all need to
approach
be
it
at full
heavy-handedly.
strength, and honestly,
Yeah,
if he
to
does
begin with.
break, it'll be a split moment before the deed is done. One of us would have to be here to act, and we can't afford to not be on the field.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we trusted him.
Yep. We trusted him this far. What's a little bit further?
The fates will be kind. I can smell it. I can smell it in the wind.
At this point, Magnus will, take out one of his cigars, turn to Adriel, and be like, "You got a spark?"
He looks at you and he just kind of grins and he shoots a little lightning spark at it.
Yeah, Magnus will light the cigar off of the spark, turn to the group, and just say, "Well, let's go meet this ass."
All right.
All
To be
right.
eternally replenished.
And you guys start walking towards where the battlefield will be. I would like to award everyone inspiration for some roleplay that totally did not make me cry. And just a mechanical issue. I just want to make sure. Magnus, your motivational speech, does that cover
It's going to cover the
everybody?
4 of us and Madara.
And Madara? Okay.
Yeah. It's kind of, I mean, it's not great because if you get hit, you're going to lose those 5 temporary hit points, so you're not really going to get advantage on your next hit, but it gives everybody advantage on wisdom saves, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna
Which
be useful.
I think will come in handy. So, okay. So with that, I'm going to just bring you guys over. Everyone's hit points and ACs are accurate on their character. Everyone's looking good.
Yes.
Okay, yes, we haven't had any glitches.
I think so. Wait, was my armor class always 12? I guess
seems
so.
You
low.
have mage armor.
Oh, let me turn on
Yep.
mage armor.
And do we want to stop by the armies and give them a quick pep talk before we walk up to Galatharis? It's your chance to rally more followers.
Sure. I kind of missed the first part of that, but were you saying I should
Oh.
ask?
Did you want to stop by the armies and see about rallying the troops?
I mean, I feel like when they see me going, if they were followers of me and they saw me going into battle, that it would naturally get them excited. But yeah, I would like if I could just put on a little lightning show or something, like using prestidigitation, I might do something, and say like, I don't know, let the fight begin. I have no idea. No, you wouldn't say that.
Usmagaras and Maduara back you up with that. Usmagaras uses some of her magic to make sort of the sky darken for a second and the stars glow bright. Maduara, I don't know, kills a demon that's flying overhead in the sky just with one arrow right through its eye, and it falls to the ground. And then your lightning comes down all around, and it's a little impressive display of what the holy trio of this land can do when they are together. And the armies cheer, and you see your prophet among them, and Canadus is he's cheering right along with you. There's tears streaming down his face, and he's saying, "Gorm is here. We are saved. We shall be victorious this day." And like he's just pumping up people. And you know, there's spears bashing on shields, and the nomadic tribes are around. They have horses and camels, and are sort of running around the armies, getting everyone riled up. And everyone is sort of ready to go. The other field is just, it looks like something out of hell, and really it is. There are just flying creatures and crawling creatures and creatures that just, it hurts your brain to even look at. They're so misshapen and torn and disturbing. And they're sort of cackling and laughing with bloodlust. And the amount in Calatharius's army is huge. And as the two armies sort of run together, you have that moment where you know you guys are as commanders of the battlefield and waiting to see where Calatharius is going to be so that you can distract him. These waves come together, and you've no idea how the human armies are going to be able to withstand just this tide of demons. And there's this moment where the demons almost seem to overrun them. But then you see that the human armies are rallying. I'm saying human armies, obviously there's multiple races, but
Yeah.
The army
they're
of
rallying.
Yeah.
And you know, they're holding their own. This is not a fight they can win, but they don't need to win. They just need to hold steady. And with
Before
that,
the
you see.
armies,
Sorry, go
before
ahead,
the armies
Lunar.
rush forward, is Pandora among the fighters there? Is there a contingent of the
Yes,
maidens?
she is.
Lunara,
There are several people who've come up from below to help aid in this. I'm sorry I didn't mention her sooner.
that's
Yes, she is absolutely there.
Lunara, if she's within 120 feet, will cast a message to her.
Okay. Of course, she's within 120 feet.
Please.
Pandora hears your voice. She hadn't seen you before this. She hears your voice, and you see her looking around for you, and you see her seeing you. And she grabs one of the mages like by the shirt collar and kind of like drags him towards her, and she says something, and then you hear Pandora's voice, and she speaks back, and she says, "That goes for both of us. If you don't come out of this alive, I don't. I love you too."
And she sends a final message. It's just rip and tear.
Awesome.
Is there a commander's tent, a general's tent anywhere?
Sure. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I think Magnus is going to make a stop at the general's tent just to try
Okay.
to take a look over what their war plan is and see if it makes sense to him.
Yeah, so there are a couple of people inside of the um inside of the tent. Sorry, I'm just looking for names because I can never remember these names. So it would be Tahir Al-Dib, the captain of the guard, is there. He seems to be in charge, even though technically the sheik and his sons would be in charge of the army, but Tahir is the one with the experience. So he's the one who seems to be mostly directing it. The other person who is there is Prince Hassan. He is, oh, sorry, yeah, Prince Hassan. He is there, and he is kind of it seems to be quite helpful and is giving some good suggestions as to tactics. The other prince and the sheik are here, but they are actually a bit further away from the battle, whereas the prince and the captain of the guard are sort of more in the combat range. Magnus, do you want to give me a, let's call it a survival check? Because why not?
Sure.
Yeah, their tactics seem quite solid. They don't seem to have any unrealistic expectations, and they seem to be focusing on just keeping their people alive as long as they can, rather than trying to defeat the other side, knowing that that's not the point of this battle.
Okay, yeah, I just I commend them on what they're doing and remind them, like, your only job here is to keep the riffraff off us long enough that we can deal with the beast. So keep the people safe and just harry the enemy. Try and drag as many of the small stuff away from Calatharis so we can get to them.
We shall do everything in our power to make sure that you are able to get to the beast, to put him away.
And I will, shake both their hands.
Okay, yeah, they shake your hand back and wish you good fortune on this fine day for a battle.
I don't know. We could do with a little bit of rain.
At that point, yeah, I'm gonna hold on this call lightning spell until we're like 120 feet. I'm gonna release it to kind of expand over the devil.
Okay. And you do that, and here we go, guys. So, getting to Calatharius, you see him. He is in the midst of the ruined city. In fact, ironically, and because I thought it was a bit poetic, he is at the first area that you encountered when you arrived at the city. He's in that area where you remember um, sitting, looking over the pyramid for the very first time, where you remember setting up tables for your archaeological dig. But now, of course, there's just a swarm of demons all over the place. Getting there is a bit tricky. You have to fight your way through. We're going to narrate this, A, because I want to get this wrapped up this session, and B, because I want you guys fresh to fight. But it is it's a tricky getting in there. You have to bypass creatures. Sometimes you see people sort of running and sacrificing themselves to draw creatures away so that you don't have to fight them, so that you can make that beeline for Calatharius. The army is doing what it's supposed to do. And finally, you arrive before the beast. For simplicity's sake, for Roll20, I simply have him and you on the battle map. Please be aware there are all kinds of creatures all around, and he is amongst them. But he is your focus. He's what you'll be fighting on. So just, tactically, you only have to worry about you and him. In the actual combat, this is swarming and thronging with all kinds of creatures. You may place yourselves wherever you like on this map. Adriel, behind a wall.
Yeah, I think maybe we come in from. Although that's.
Yeah, I don't like having to cross that broken bridge.
Is that
No.
bridge actually broken?
It is broken. It is a dry riverbed. It's only a couple feet down.
Okay.
So you could climb up and over. It would just probably be like difficult terrain for that section.
Yeah, I will. I'm going to use my Vigilant Blessing to give Adriel advantage on initiative.
Okay.
I think. I mean, it just makes sense for me to be coming from this side.
All right,
Although
guys.
It'll be over with Madara.
I'm going to be up here with. Oh crap! Don't like being so spread out, guys. Brutal.
So when I got into 120 feet, do I get that kind of a free action to let my spell
Yes,
go?
you
Okay.
absolutely do. Yes.
So then, the storm clouds would just like kind of form right above him, and then that first lightning bolt would come down.
Okay.
Strike next to him.
Amazing. I love the fact that Gorm is announcing his entrance into this battle with a lightning bolt. What a way to start.
Oh,
The
am
other
I
thing I'll
supposed to be
say-
where I am right now?
Sorry,
Well,
what was
the
that?
the other thing
Am I
I'm going
not
to
supposed
say,
to be
just
where I am?
Oh, okay. Hold on. We got two people talking at once. Away, you were asking a question about.
Am I not supposed to be where I am right now?
You can place yourself wherever you want.
Okay.
Magnus, what were you saying?
Right there.
just before the battle kicks off, I am going to cast the Aura of Purity, just so everybody gets the benefit of it at the start, even if Adriel's going to immediately leave.
Okay.
So I am concentrating.
All right. So he's gonna make this deck
Uh,
save.
I'm sorry, I'll move behind them. I'm sorry. I'll
that's
come over
fine.
here on this side. Yeah.
Okay. Esmagaris is gonna follow
Okay.
you. Oh, I'm whispering my saves. He failed. He rolled lower than your DC. So he will take 21 points of damage. Oh, that wasn't right. That was minus 12. And yeah, let's get initiative going.
You said I had an advantage on my initiative?
Yep.
All right. So 13. Nope, 13.
13 it is.
Did my API break? Magnus, you rolled a 0.
I sure did.
Well, that's
Oh,
a way to
no.
close out the campaign.
I'm focusing
Oh,
on,
no.
just keeping everybody alive. So if I go last, that's best for me.
I guess that's a good
Yeah, I
point.
guess you're not a character that needs to go early on, hey? Okay. I think my initiative is back up now. So Maduara,
The combat tracker doesn't seem to be running.
it will be as soon as I knock it on. I just had
Right,
to
okay.
restart the
Okay, I
thing, so
see.
it hasn't like clued in
Okay,
yet.
fair enough. Sure.
She is going to use her longbow, and she's going to make 2 attacks. Wow,
Hell yeah.
both of those are going to hit. And I just have to check his resistances. Oh,
Yeah.
takes none of that poison damage. And only half of the piercing. That will end her turn. And Wei, you are. Oh, I don't have battle music going. Last battle, no battle music.
Unforgivable.
All right, Wei, go punch a demon in the nose.
All right. So how tall is he exactly? This is Caltharius, right? Or
This is Calatharius.
only a 3x3?
Yeah, he's tall. He's 3 by 3, but in terms of mechanics, but in terms of narrative, he's like 80 feet tall.
All right. So I'm gonna fly up all the way up. Well, to my movement restriction height, anyways, with my flying boots. And I'm gonna start cutting into him.
Okay.
Nope. That's a crit.
There you go.
You know what? Let's see. I want to test this. Hey, 15 DC with legendary resistance and everything. Damn.
Yeah, he's okay.
All right, so you'd have to roll at least a 2. Oh no, a 1.
Is your
really-
longsword magic?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because of my my class ability.
Is your ability? Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so that's 19 damage.
Nice.
On a successful save, your speed is halved, and my next attack is done so with advantage. Or any attack, but I will not do that because he might start hitting me. So what I'm going to do is, with my bonus action, I'm going to spend another focus point to do patient defense, which is a dodge.
Cool. Dodge action. Nice.
Yes, and with my my level 10 thing, I get to add some temporary hit points. And that's it.
Awesome. Okay.
I'll end my turn. Give me a second. There we go.
I got it. So she doesn't have a lot of like
Non-fire spell.
she's a clairvoyant, so she's got a lot of like telepathy and all that kind of stuff, scrying. I guess we're gonna go with a scorching ray. Oh yeah.
That won't do anything.
That is fire. It's fire.
Oh, it's fire. Never
Yeah,
mind. She takes it back.
I think we've had the discussion of like fire damage does nothing to this guy.
There's nothing.
Having
Yeah,
that
for
fire
some reason I
really
thought
does
it was
damage.
the same as anyway, it doesn't matter. I didn't think it was fire damage. I thought it was something else. What does this one do? I guess she's gonna cast Ice Storm.
Okay.
So he's gonna make his deck save.
Yeah.
So he takes half of that and then half of that, so that's 1 bludgeoning and
Oh
Oops.
God! Good shit, Usmagarius.
Yeah, one shot him.
Let me put that back. Oops, down to 30. I'm making this worse.
God.
say we might
damn.
have
He's dead!
Yeah.
Yay!
And then I have to take off the damage that I took again.
All right, see you next
which
week.
was-
Yeah.
Okay. There we go. That's where we're at. So he's made his deck save, so he's only taking a little bit of damage from that. Okay. That's her turn. Calatharius. I mean, he's going to cast Fireball at Quoth, Lunara, Magnus, and Maduara.
Oh.
Is he? Is he really?
Oh, he's going to try.
Because I say no.
Nice. Counterspelled. He goes to cast this spell, and you counterspell him, and he lets out a roar. He's furious, and he says, "Bow before me, puny humans."
Why?
One,
You've not been able to do anything yet.
Lunar getting cocky.
Oh boy. Okay, so first I'll have my lightning come down on him.
Okay.
That's an action, I believe. So do I have to keep rolling it? How does this work?
Yeah, I think you roll the damage again each time.
I'd probably just like roll the dice for the damage rather
Okay.
than.
Yeah. Makes
Yeah, rather than
sense.
adding your spell slot and everything. Oh, he's got to do a deck save
Yeah.
as well, doesn't he?
Yeah, it was.
Uh,
What was it? 3d10. Yeah.
I did it wrong. But
Yeah,
what is
it did the result.
Okay,
Yeah.
24.
24, yeah.
so lightning, yeah, comes down, strikes him, and then I will do 2 sorcery points to turn my spell into a bonus action, and I will shoot a chromatic orb at 2nd level.
Okay.
$19.
19 will hit.
Oh, thank
It's
God.
20. 20 will hit.
For another 16
Another
lightning
16.
damage.
Nice.
Did he save for the cool lightning?
Oh, he took that.
Yeah, he saved. That's up above.
Oh right, okay. Oh, I see.
Oh, he
yeah,
has.
20.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, he has.
Oh, the
He has advantage
I
on
only
his
just, like-
deck saves.
yeah.
Uh-oh. And I will kind of move. I should have done this first because I should have shot a lightning bolt, but I should have moved first. Oh well, that'll be my turn for now.
Okay. The end of your turn, Calatharius is going to use one of his legendary actions.
Oh no.
And he is going to do a tail attack.
With his
Too
45-foot long tail to somebody else that's not me.
You're the one there.
I can deflect that. Plus modifier, plus 5, plus 11, 16. So I gotta roll to reduce it to 0. Oh, 16.
Yeah.
0.
Nice.
Ooh, should I spend? Nah, I'm gonna save it. I'm sorry,
No,
reduce it
save
to
him.
0.
Yeah.
All right,
Okay.
Lunara, you're up.
Okay, gonna move just a little bit closer to get a better vision on him. I am 50 feet away. Good. I am going to use my bonus action to spend 3 sorcery points and make the shadow, like my shadow, forms into the giant Hound of Ill-Omen again.
Cool.
Let me just double check that that has the correct amount of hit points, because I have leveled up since. Plus half, 37 plus half of my sorcerer level, so it should be 37 plus the half your sorcery level. 37 plus 4, so it's 41. Yeah, that's right. Good. Okay. So that summons, and I'll do his turn after mine. And that was my bonus action. Yep. So as my action, I am going to Eldritchly Blast him.
Okay.
Where has it gone? Spells. Yeah. Go away, please. Blast him. Blast him.
It hits him, but has no effect. The second one does, though. And the third one misses.
Okay. Glad I have his attention. And then I am going to get the Hound to attack him.
Okay.
It will do a bite attack.
Nice. That's going to hit.
Be 9 points of piercing. So it doesn't actually say that it does magical damage, but like it's a being of shadow.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna. I'll rule that it's magical for now because I don't know how to roll that,
Okay.
so I try to roll in players'
Yeah.
favors when I'm not sure.
Okay.
So I'm happy to say it's magical.
Okay. And
I'm not
needs
sure
to
if
make
he
a
can
strength
knock
save.
him over just size-wise, though.
It doesn't have a size restriction on it. Normally, it would have a size restriction, like the direwolf one.
Yeah,
has a
that's
size
the thing,
restriction.
because normally it's only like you can only do it if they're like one size larger than you, right?
Actually, sorry, yeah, this is using the direwolf things. So I believe that I'm not actually sure the direwolf one does. Come to think of it, D&D 5e, 5th edition. Yeah, it just says if the target is a creature, and this is using the direwolf stat block. But you're cool. It's like, grabbing with its teeth and trying to kind of pull it to the ground. Like, he probably can't fail this save, but it would be very
Yeah, I
funny
mean,
if he
I'll roll it. We'll see. I could fail it if I rolled really low.
Mm.
But
It doesn't.
we'll do
I
it.
see what she means, though.
Yeah, it's fine.
So he succeeds. It seems a little odd that he would be able to, but we'll roll with it.
I mean, your wolf's mouth is the size of his toe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fair, yeah.
So
Right, so that is me done.
Alrighty, Magnus.
I am going to start by reminding Wei that he gets advantage on his next attack because of motivational speech. He was attacked and he didn't lose his temporary hit points from it, so it's still active.
Nice.
For my action, I am going to channel Divinity to get Twilight Sanctuary. And for my bonus action, I am going to cast Spiritual Weapon.
Oh crap, I forgot. Okay, next round.
No, don't remember.
Okay, 25 will hit. There's your weapon. You can adjust it to whatever shape you want.
Let me make sure I can even get it to where he is from where I am. I might have to move first. Where did my measure tool go? There it is. Yeah, I could put it there. For 9 force damage. And let me actually quickly check something because I think I get a bonus to that, but I don't know if I can use it or not. No, it doesn't get it because it's a spell. And yeah, that is going to be my action, I believe. I want to try and stay within 30 feet of these folk down here, so...
All right, Madwar is she's just gonna keep going with her bow. Those will both hit. And she's gonna get her sneak attack on one of those. Too bad about this poison damage, man.
Yeah.
I think it's 2d6.
So he only takes the piercing.
Yeah,
Oh, he's immune to poison. Okay.
he's immune to poison. Wei, I need you to please make me a wisdom saving throw.
You have advantage on
again-
those.
This is again, yeah, this is good. This is against fear from the pit fiend.
19.
You do not succeed.
Oh, no.
Okay.
I will also
You're
say
frightened until
Madwara
the start
gets...
of your next turn. Sorry, what was that, Magnus?
Madwara gets 11 temporary hit points, because she's within 30 feet of me.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Oh, Kirsty, you're not gonna like me. All right. Well, I will unfortunately have to make these. Well, my first strike is going to be at normal.
Right,
Normal
because of the
roll.
advantage.
24 will hit.
That's gonna hit.
Now 6. Yay. Woo. And 18 for the second one.
18 misses.
18 will miss. Okay. I will. Not for. This is a little bit. I feel like this is meta, but
Dude, you're fighting a pit fiend. Use it.
well, it's not. It's not that I'm gonna use it. Because it's like, do I know whether or not should I know whether or not to use a focus point, even though I'm facing down the devil?
Yes. You're a hardened warrior. You can see if you're close to wounding or not. I'm aware that you're capable of figuring out his AC based on the rolls, but I interpret that in game as your character getting a sense of how tough this creature is.
And we've had a long time to research. Like Lunara, you can bet that Lunara has done all the research she can on pit fiends.
No, it's not that. It's the spending a focus point or key point, knowing that I'm frightened because I have disadvantage, that kind of stuff. But you know what? I'm gonna play it straight. I'm gonna spend a key point to do 2 more, and those all miss.
They all miss.
All right. So 1 hits. Okay. That's good. I still have key points left. Don't worry. Focus points. Anyways, end of my turn. I'm no longer frightened.
Nice.
Take that. Get that shit off of me.
I don't feel like that would be meta.
No.
I don't feel like it would be either, but if that's how you want to play it, that
Yeah.
is cool with me.
Way's gonna face his fears.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Anyway, I'm just gonna maneuver up there. That's it.
There's so little she can do. I guess she'll do another ice storm. Can she do this without hitting anyone? Yeah, she can get him on the corner there. So, no bludgeoning, but he takes. Oops! Oh shoot! I did it again.
It's fine.
It's okay. I know where he was at because I'm monitoring it carefully for reasons. Okay, minus. Make sure I get the minus in there. And then
I would say just have the actual number somewhere else, just in case you do it again. I'm
I'm keeping it in my memory because there's I I'm keeping a close eye. It's fine. I will remember.
There's a trigger
Uh,
for DM shenanigans.
there is a trigger for DM shenanigans. Calitharius. He's going to cast Fireball on himself. Lunara,
Trying to decide.
5, 4.
Yeah, no, you're not casting Fireball.
Okay.
He's gonna heal himself. He was gonna heal himself.
Mm.
That little shit.
Adriel.
Alright, so Adriel bursts with lightning all around his body as he activates his Radiant
Awesome.
Soul. He'll spend 2 sorcery points. He'll fly up around 30 feet. Let me just move him. 5, 25, 30. But 30 feet also in the air. So, and then he's going to cast Lightning Bolt as a bonus action
Okay.
on the Pit Fiend. Will we do it at a higher level? Sure. We'll do it at 4.
Oof.
Oh, damn.
Please fail.
Oh,
Oh my god! I failed.
Awesome.
Just passed.
he chooses to succeed.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
But you made me
Doesn't he
use
have
one.
advantage
You made me use
anyway?
one.
Yeah, can't counter those.
No, can't counter the successes, I'm afraid. Not after using my reaction already.
All right. I believe that will be my turn then.
Okay, I think Calitharius is going to go again.
Oh, joy.
He's going to do a tail attack. And I think he's going to go on way again.
Oh,
1. What? That's it.
but he did take half damage, right?
He did take half damage, yes.
And I forgot he does take an extra 11. What? Yeah, 11 radiant damage. Because I activated my soul, my radiant soul.
Oh, okay. Cool. I will add that in.
All right. I gotta roll. Oh boy, I can't reduce all this. I will not be able to reduce all of this down. Hey, I only take 5.
Nice.
Very nice.
Lunara, you are up.
Oh, I have temporary hit points.
Okay. So I am going to activate my innate sorcery for a bonus action. The feature from the new sorcerer. Where's that gone? Innate sorcery.
Oh, cool.
Take that down. I have a trigger for that. Where did that go? There it is. Innate sorcery. So I'm then going to Eldritch Blast him 3 times with advantage.
Okay.
So, blast. Oh, of course it doesn't do it properly, does it? Fuck's sake. Blast.
Oh!
Woo! Yay!
For, 11. And then another crit,
Oh!
a 20.
The 20 hits.
So let's do...
39. Oh, Nara, what a turn.
And then... that's my action and my bonus action. Sorry, Quoth is with me. He's not moved anywhere. And then the hound will take a bite. Pack tactics. He's only within 5 feet. Oh, he gets to pack tactics because Way is within 5 feet of
Yep, sure
Calitharius.
does.
Yee, advantage. So, nom nom nom. Nope.
Oh dear.
He was surprised. Oh,
He
well.
was just staring in shock at all the damage Lunar just did.
Yep. That will be my turn.
Alrighty. Magnus, as
Luna.
your turn approaches, as you get ready to take another hit at the creature, you see that there is a glowing sort of aura around him, and you can feel the effects of a spell taking hold.
Okay. Lunar, don't forget to give yourself
Oh, thank you.
11 temporary hit points.
Okay. Let me. Sorry, move quite out of the way. I will give myself 11 temporary hit points. Unfortunately, that replaces the ones you gave me already, but
It is unfortunate, but take the higher of the two.
Yeah.
And as long as you
Yeah.
stay within 30 feet of me, you still get advantage against like being frightened and stuff.
yeah.
I'm going to I'll start by swinging the spiritual weapon again. I guess that's the easy choice.
What's
Nice.
with all these crits?
Oh my god.
Nice.
I think I'm going to cast Toll the Dead. I'm sure it's gonna save, but I don't want to use all my
Okay.
spell slots so early. Yeah. So no damage. And that's gonna end my turn.
Alrighty. As Maduara lines up an arrow, that glowing aura is getting stronger and stronger, and she puts down her bow and says, "Run towards it! Now is the time! Go now!" And she is going to run directly towards the creature. I'm going to give her a little bit of extra movement to get there. Anyone who is planning on hooking a ride with the demon into the Star Gem, you should consider doing so now.
Oh no. So I look over at Usmagaris and I give her a little nod and I fly over.
She runs over too.
Are we out of initiative at this point? We're just
We are
all
out
on-
of initiative at this
Okay.
point. Okay.
Take a big drag of the cigar, turn, and give
I know.
Lunara a wink. We
Yeah.
disappear.
I give Lunar a little nod too, like it was a pleasure.
And Lunara, they disappear.
I hope someone brought cards. Eternity is a long time.
So is-
Lunara, you see everyone vanish. So does the Liamon's tiny hut around Martek. Let's have Wei do it because he was the one to make the persuasion. Wei, I need you to roll a d4, please. This is going to determine if Martek kills himself or if he tries to suck in from the desert. On a 1, he will suck in from the desert. On a 2 to 4, he will not. This was going to be a 50-50 roll until your speech.
My lord.
Can we use our inspiration?
You can use... no, because it's not a d20 roll.
Oh boy. You're gonna put me on the spot?
I'm going to put you on the spot.
Hold
I
on.
don't want to do it.
Convince him.
Hold on, let me take a lap. Let me take a lap real
no.
quick. Give me 5 seconds. 5 seconds.
Oh
I
no, I don't
feel
like
Wei is
this.
actually up running about the room.
I don't like it.
Oh,
What about those inspiration
Nope.
cards? Remember what was it? narrative control.
Narrative control.
all right, here we go.
All right.
Oh, fuck
Are
you!
you kidding me?
I told you, don't. You put it on me. You put that evil on me.
Well, we're not done yet. Lunar, you have been left behind. As I said, you see the Liamon's tiny hut drop. You see Martek lean against the table, withering, and then you see fear on his face, and you see him start to draw the life force of the desert away. It's happening slowly. You have a round to react.
How far away from me is he?
We're in narrative land right now, so we're not going to worry about distances.
Okay. I will just start fucking blasting at him then. I'm going to do whatever it takes to disrupt the spell. I'm going to Eldritch Blast, and then I'm going to quicken Eldritch Blast.
Okay. You don't need to roll to hit. He doesn't see it coming. He's drawing in power. He's trying to save himself. And you send an Eldritch Blast, and it blasts into him, and he's so weak from casting this spell that he is killed instantly.
Go, Lenara!
Ah!
Yes.
Who's the inferior mage now?
And Lunar, with that, your part in this is over. The star gems are sitting on the table. The army of demons is still there, so I guess technically your part is not over, because the spell was not cast in such a way that the army of demons would be destroyed immediately. They are still here, and you still have an intense battle to do. But what we are going to do now is we are going to take our break, and then we're going to shift over to the inside of the Star Gem. Lunar, I'm going to give you the 2 NPCs to play so
Okay.
that you are still involved in this combat, and we will take things from there. The only thing I will stipulate is that Maze is not going to work because he's already in an extra dimensional space.
Sure. Okay. Okay.
So let's take 10, guys. It's 10 after now. We're probably going to run a little bit late today. I hope that's okay with everyone.
Yeah,
Okay.
no problem.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, cool. Thank you. I'll try and keep it as close to on time as I can. So let's just take 10. We'll meet back at 10 minutes time.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Um, Nick, just
Mhm.
out of character stuff. You should have access to Usmagaris and Maduara.
Yep.
At this point,
And
I
guess
think
my
it's so
hound-
funny when you see her character sheet. You're gonna be like, we were worried about her. Um.
And yeah, I guess my hound came in too because
Oh
my
yeah,
hound
your
wants to
hound.
move away. So
Does he have? Can he exist without you?
um, I don't think it has like a distance requirement. Let me double check on it.
Do you have to use an action to use it?
No, he like. Let me double check.
You know what? I don't care. He's in.
Yep. How do we moment?
Yeah, I like the fact that Lunar is here in spirit because it's
Hmm.
kind of sucks that you're not. So that's awesome. Yeah, the hound stays. So there's this moment as I described where everything is sort of like there's a glow, this magic aura around. For you guys who get sucked into the crystal, you sort of have this moment where you're being teleported. Magnus, you're probably feeling ill. And you just see Lunara just like shoot off an eldritch blast as you disappear, and you've got no idea why or what happened. You just know that Lunara's fighting something and you're not there to help.
You probably also hear like the snatch of like non-verbal scream. It's just a primal no you fucking don't, but without any words.
Awesome. Yeah. So you guys don't really know what's going on. I mean, you might have surmised, but you can't do anything because you're sort of it's a weird feeling because it's like being teleported, but it's also like being sucked into something, but it's also like none of those things. But you find yourself trapped in this crystal prison. It's fairly small. There are walls all around. I realize it looks like there's a little path through here, but it was so pretty I couldn't resist. So the path sort of cuts off at walls on either end here. And Calatharius lets out a scream of anger. And it's go time. So let's get everyone to re-roll initiative, please.
Actually went out pretty well.
Hey, Magnus, at least
Hey.
you're consistent.
Some things never change. Magnus never changes.
Nope, he is the constant.
For some reason, Usmagaris, Meteor, and the Hound didn't appear in my tracker.
Oh, that's annoying. I did select that. It might
Um,
be the macro I used. I used the one from my like sheet thing. but it
from your
didn't put
thing.
them in the tracker. That's really annoying. Okay, I will not do that in future.
5. That's fine. Meteor is 22. Nice roll. And the
So-
Hound got
16.
While we were being teleported in, and I noticed Lunara start attacking something, there's like this sense of worry on my face at first, but then I realized she can hold her own.
awesome. She's got this.
You may have gotten the impression that she was in the mood to fight God today. So
Adriel's like, but I'm here.
and don't be in her way.
All right. Maduara is up first. What does she do?
So we're all really close together. That's kind of terrifying.
I know we didn't get like
Um,
blown apart when we got sucked in.
Nope. Oh, by the way, this is a downy, this bit here, that goes down to these stairs here.
Okay.
So I'm going to call this a 20-foot drop off of this. It might be easier to show with this. I'm going to call this a 20-foot drop.
Okay, so let me just edit this sheet slightly. Advantage toggle, whisper toggle, don't auto roll damage, thank you. So Madara is going first, so she has this to play with.
She does, and we have rolled new combat, so
Yep. So he is not surprised, but she still has advantage on attacking him,
she
correct?
sure does. Yeah.
Okay, so 2 short sword attacks.
23 will hit. The 19 will also hit.
Okay, so we're going to do that one and that one. And then she is also going to put sneak attack into that first one.
Okay, so it'll be
Which will
2d6,
be
I believe, for her.
No, it's 46.
Oh, 46, sorry, yeah.
Yep. An additional 14.
Nice.
Dead on average. Yep. I don't think she's got anything much else she can do, so that will be her.
Can she bonus action disengage and leave?
She does not have that ability on her sheet. So
I just saw the assassinate, and I was like, must be a
yeah,
rogue. Of some
like I
sort.
would have thought she would if she's an if she's got sneak attack and has assassinate, but she doesn't have it written here.
Yeah, no, sorry, she's an NPC. She's not a PC, so
Yep.
she doesn't get the same abilities.
Everybody get ready to get toasty.
No.
I think I know what Calatharius' plan is.
Why'd you give Kirsty ideas? Just
She knows what she...
No, but
You know what I'm
still.
doing.
But
I've
still.
already planned.
I know.
And we don't have our counter speller anymore.
Nope, and unfortunately, Uzmi does not have counterspell for some reason.
I know,
A
her spells are
terrible
kind of...
match.
I made her very, like, divination-y. I actually used a divination wizard for her, and it makes sense for her character, but
Yeah,
is tricky for
it does make
combat.
sense for a character. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, Madara's got nothing else. I'm not gonna run away. So
All right. Well, you guessed it. Fireball.
Adriel says, "Not today," and lightning
Yeah.
sparks the hell out of his spell, and he casts counter spell.
No.
Hey. Coming in clutch.
I kind of like the
he-
way we played that, to be honest, because he knew that I could counterspell. He never saw you do it. So
You
he
didn't know
thought
that Adriel
Yeah.
could,
free
yeah.
and- yeah. You thought
I
it
know,
was
I've
free
been,
and you did
I've
it.
been keeping track. Yeah, so that will be his turn. Something special happens next.
Oh yes.
Great.
The walls of the crystal prison shake. DC 12 deck save or be knocked prone.
I'm flying still, I'm assuming.
So you are absolved of that, yes.
Okay.
Hound
Check.
I am as well.
makes it.
You are as well? Oh, that's right, you are. So you are also absolved of that.
Maddie makes it. Uzmi makes it.
Magnus?
I won't. I'm going to fall, but here we go. Deck save.
Not with that attitude, you won't. Yeah. See, you're good.
Yay.
Yeah.
Jesus. I was expecting another 0, guys.
All right, the hound is up.
The hound has been ordered by his mistress to do one specific thing, so the hound is going to do one specific thing. Num 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 num.
Okay, he tries to bite, but Calatharius just bats him aside.
Okay.
Before his turn, I'm going to use a legendary action. I'm going to use a tail attack, and I'm going to use it on...
Wait.
I think Adriel.
No, why?
You're
I mean,
the
you
one
can
with all
cancel
the lightning crap that keeps hurting him.
So, oh
Mhm.
well, a 33. I don't think I can shield that. Oh my god.
Ow.
Yeah, that hurt. Is there anything I could do? I guess not. All right.
Okay,
33.
Way.
All right. Wonderful. Sorry, you said something, Sebastian?
No, I'm just hurt.
Okay, I'm gonna spend a focus point. Step of the wind.
Okay.
Oh wait, I took the wrong damage. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I
Yeah,
took
just-
33 and not 26.
Oh, yeah, take 26, not 33. Don't do that to yourself.
Okay.
Okay, so you're stepping into the wind, Way. Where are you going?
I'm with my extra step of the wind. I'm gonna take Uzmagaris out of here.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
I'm gonna move her out to. I don't know if this is like down the stairs. Down here?
Yeah.
Is that down this?
Yeah, so the stairs are here. This is down, definitely. So yeah, you can absolutely move her down there.
Can she still see to like throw spells? Or...
Yeah, if she can step back to this point in the platform and she'll be able to see him.
All right. With my movement, I mean, I have a bonus that I'm dashing anyways.
Yep.
I'm
I
going
know
to
you have all the movement in the world. No worries.
Yeah, I have re-engage. I will re-engage with Calatharius with my action.
Okay.
4
24 will hit.
and a 23. I'm gonna answer this call. Roll damage though.
Nice. So 28 points of damage. I love he knows me well enough to do the math for me. All right, Adriel.
Okay. So I am going to cast.
Oh,
Uh-huh.
I forgot. I keep forgetting this, and I'm sorry I remembered it on your turn. I need the wisdom saving throw because you're close to this terrifying demon.
Okay. I'm trying to think if I
You've
wanna
got
use my-
advantage. You're 30
Alright.
feet from me, and I still have Aura of Purity up.
Okay, good. Thank you. 12.
Can't do anything about that, sorry.
Well, was not enough, unfortunately. You are frightened of the creature until the end of your next turn.
Okay. So I will.
Sorry, the start of your next turn, not the end, the start.
Okay. Give me a second. I don't like being so close to him.
Especially now.
All right, so I am going to cast Synaptic Static on him.
Ooh, cool, okay. An intelligence save.
And nice. So he takes the what is it? 40 damage.
40 damage. Well done.
Very nice.
I know who's getting that tail attack next round.
And so after a failed save, the target has muddled thoughts for 1 minute. During that time, it rolls a d6 and subtracts the number rolled from all its attack rolls and ability checks, as well as Constitution saving throws to maintain concentration. It can make another intelligence saving throw at the end of each of its turns, ending the effect.
Okay.
And then I'm going to cast Shocking. Use 2 sorcery points. Cast Shocking Grasp on it.
Okay.
Do I still have advantage? No. Sorry, I don't have advantage on it because
No.
I'm frightened.
And you're frightened, so it would
Yeah.
be anyway, so it would be the
It's
17.
18.
18 will miss.
18 will miss. Damn. I'm gonna risk taking an opportunity attack and flying to 30 feet.
Okay, yeah, he is going to use his claw on you. And I'll roll that d6.
I'm going to shield that 20.
So, well, it's 20 minus 4, right? So it's 16.
Oh yeah,
to hit.
sorry, yeah. Okay. So I'll still have to shield that. Yeah. Where's shield? Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay, that's the end of my turn.
Okay.
Okay.
It's Megaros.
Excuse me, it's going to move to be able to see. And then... let me just double check something. I mean, okay. We're just gonna... Like, the only spell that seems to actually do any damage here is going to be Ice Storm. And... I think we cast it at 6th level.
Okay.
Do we go higher
Busting
than
out
that?
the big spell.
Because everything higher than that is not going to do
Not useful.
anything. Yeah. You know what? Fuck it. Let's go big, and then maybe eventually we get to go home. So let's have an 8th level Ice Storm.
Alrighty.
I'll put the description in the chat as well, though.
Okay, so that's a
Okay.
success.
Mhm.
So, 28, 14, and 7. Okay.
And then that is Usmi's turn, I think. This is
Okay.
very much not the kind of wizard I like to play, so I do not know what else to do.
Magnus.
Wisdom save, right?
Yes, please. Thank you.
20?
Not quite enough.
Okay. So I am frightened. Not a big deal. I've got things for that. I am going to use my bonus action to use Steps of the Night to give myself a fly speed. I'm in dim light because of my channel divinity. And I'm going to use my action to disengage. And
Awesome, okay.
Oh, this is a new round of combat. So do we roll for the Channel Divinity extra health?
Up to you guys. I'm fine with keeping it at 11. I can re-roll it if you guys want.
We re-roll it every round, do we not? Or at least that's what we've done so far.
I thought we were doing that for the Spirit Guardians, but yeah, that's no, even worse. It's 10 now.
Okay.
But I am going to use the little bit at the end there to end the frightened condition on myself.
Okay.
Which
we
I
get
would have
10?
done for Adriel, but he didn't end his turn within 30 feet of me.
Wait, so I don't get your Twilight Sanctuary?
You have to end your turn
Oh.
within 30 feet of me.
Oh, I'm not. I don't get it.
Okay, how do I...
I think we just strike. Oh, wow. They're bad. Oh, she probably needs to make the wisdom save.
He needs to make a wisdom save as well, yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, she's frightened, so yeah.
He's frightened. Well, those
Oh.
2 short sword attacks won't hit anyway.
She's not frightened anymore.
Awesome. Caltharius is actually wounded.
Good stuff.
And he is going to lash out all around him. First attack is a bite attack on Wei.
I say, you're going down.
He says, "You're in my house now."
Domain sounds cooler. I'm going to deflect that with my reaction down to 6.
Nice. Okay, and I do need the con save throw.
Let's see. What throw be poisoned? Nope.
Okay, so you're poisoned. We'll
Can I be
take that
poisoned?
damage at the beginning of your round.
Oh, I can be poisoned. I can end it though.
All right, you've got a.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so that is his bite. Claw attack coming at Maduara.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I think that might hit.
He's gonna do the tail attack on the dog.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then I have one more attack that I'm gonna do on Wei. This is my mace.
Oof.
And the floor trembles. Everyone, please make me deck saves.
13 plus
I think
38
that's
damage.
just. I think it's just Usmagaris, Madara, and the Hound now, because the rest of us are flying.
Oh, that's right. Everyone else is flying.
So Dex save, yeah.
Yeah,
I think we're good.
awesome. And can I have the Hound make me a Wisdom save, please?
Yes. Save wisdom. Okay.
Okay, so he has the frightened condition.
Okay. He will just attack. He has advantage because of pack tactics anyway, so we'll.
That'll be a straight up
neutral.
attack.
Yep. So bite. Hey.
That hits for 9.
Okay. End of turn. I'm assuming I'm close enough to have that frightened removed.
Yep.
Cool. Not frightened anymore.
Awesome. Didn't he have the prone thing as well?
Yeah, you can make the save if you like. It's up to you if you.
It was what was it? It was a strength?
Strength saving throw. DC was 13, so yes, he's good.
Okay.
Dog is hanging off his arm.
At the end of the dog's turn, the Calatharis is going to take his legendary action. He's going to do a tail attack on the dog. We want rid of him.
Mm-hmm. Bye, dog.
Convenient. Okay, Wei.
Oh yeah, I have to take 66.
Oh yes,
Am I rolling that or you roll it?
I'm rolling it.
Okay.
I'm afraid to roll it. Will this kill you?
20.
Oh no, you're still good.
I'm pretty low. I almost got one shot. All right.
But that ends the poison on you. You said you have a thing.
End of my turn.
Oh, okay.
So I'm pretty sure I have disadvantage on attacks for the time being. Assuming I am poisoned, the actual poison.
Let me just check.
In the meantime,
Becomes poisoned. Yes.
Sebastian, how much do you want to not be frightened anymore?
It doesn't matter to me because most of my stuff is like him doing deck saves and stuff. So I'm not
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I need a wisdom save from you as well, Wei.
For frightened?
For frightened. Okay.
Okay, I'm now frightened as well. Wait. It keeps going?
Until you succeed on the save, yeah.
Oh, I have to. Oh, right. You have to actually succeed.
Oh, wasn't the start of my next turn? Oh, I thought that's what was said earlier.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
ends
to
on the start
recheck.
of your next turn.
Okay.
And then you have to check again to see if you're still frightened.
Oh.
And yeah, it doesn't
Okay.
stop until you succeed.
All right, I'm gonna move down a little bit so Magnus can maybe catch some healing for me. Just in case. I want to stay in the fight because that's my job. And so
I
I'm
think I may
going
have
to.
broken the combat.
I'm gonna swing.
All right.
Disadvantage. 14, 15, no. Spend a key point. 1, 2, 3. So one hits, I assume.
The 19.
20.
The 20, yeah, hits.
You take 10. And I will end the charm. That's the charm. I'll end the poison on myself.
And the poison. Okay.
And is it? Yeah. What was the range on your thing, Magnus?
Oh
30
yeah.
feet.
Oh yeah. So the
that
frighten goes too.
Get
Yeah,
rid of
so
the
you can
frighten.
either, do you want temporary hit points or do you want frightened to end?
I'll take temporary hit points
Okay, so you can have 11 temporary hit points.
because he hit me for half my health pool in one swing. And that's me.
Okay. Adriel, you are up.
Okay, so yeah, he sees Wade take all that danger. So I'm gonna say like the way he's frightened is he's scared now about Wade dying, and so he just kind of builds up.
Do you want to do the save to see if you're still frightened? Because
okay.
it ends at the beginning of your turn, and then you have to re-roll.
Oh, I see.
Isn't it within 20 feet though?
Oh, it is. So it just ends. It ends with you.
Oh, okay. Okay, good.
Thank you.
No problem.
He's gonna go for his biggest. I mean, there's no other bad creatures in here, so it doesn't really make sense. But he's gonna cast chain lightning on it. So
Okay. Yeah.
I'll just like, can we just say like, as it hits him, it kind of just sparks off onto the walls of the crystal.
Absolutely. Yes.
Hey, good damage roll. Good damage.
Holy smokes. the
Damn.
Damage on that.
So I'm just like charge up and like.
I have one more legendary, and I'm using it now.
Oh no!
That was half to 69.
Oh, that was
Which is
good.
30.
That was good.
4 rounded down.
34. Oh, he is not looking good. He's looking rough, guys.
Still half nice.
Oh man. But does he still take the full radiant and then half the 58? Did you do it that way, right? Isn't that how it works?
Oh, because the deck save. Oh, I did not do it that way. I will add
I'm
Half
just
of
trying to get.
58.
another. Yeah, no, you're right.
trying to
I
get
missed
every
that. I thought that was an upcast spell. I didn't realize it was your radiant soul damage.
Yeah.
So that would be another 6. Oops. Nope, that
He's
would be
healing. Oh my god.
Bring it back
That's
up.
3.
Bring it back up. Minus 20.
All right.
All right.
And then I will do 2 sorcery points and cast Lightning Spark as a bonus action.
Okay.
Oh man, 17.
17's a miss.
That's it for me. I'll move a little bit.
All right, it's
Okay.
yours.
We are still in go big and go home territory. So let's do another ice storm, this time at 7th level.
Okay.
Sorry, no, at 7th level. Is that upcasting? Oh.
14. Okay. The creature is howling. The ice is bludgeoning down on him, and he's screaming. You can see he's like putting out some of his fire. He is bleeding badly. There's liquid lava that's falling on the ground all around you. Any movement for Usmagarius?
Yeah, just gonna spread out a little bit, make a worse target, and then that is Uzmi's turn.
Okay. Magnus.
Does a 26 beat the fear effect?
Are you within 20 feet of him?
I believe I am.
Oh, you
Yeah,
are.
just
Yeah.
about.
A 26 does beat the fear effect.
Oh, thank Christ. That's going to make my turn real interesting otherwise. I am going to move to here. I'm going to upcast cure wounds.
Oh, you can. I'm not on the ground.
I'm
You can
flying.
fly.
Oh, you're flying.
Yeah,
Okay, sweet.
everybody's flying.
All right, cool.
I am going to cast it at. Screw it, we're not 4th level. Hope I roll well. Not great, but there you go.
19, thank you. I'll take
19
it.
hit points. And just so you're aware, while you're within 30 feet of me, you have resistance to poison damage.
Nice.
So keep that in mind. And that was my action move. Don't really have anything I can do as a bonus action, so I think that's it for me.
Did your spiritual weapon come with you?
It did not.
I don't
No.
see it, so I'm going to assume it did.
No.
The spell
Okay.
pulls in creatures, not
Fair enough.
objects.
Okay. So yeah, I guess short sword. Oh, we need to do a wisdom save, don't we?
Yes, please.
With advantage for being close enough to you, I think. Is that correct?
Let me double check that one. I know you have. Oh yeah, advantage against being made afraid. So yes.
Okay. Advantage. Wisdom. 17.
Not
is
enough.
probably enough. Okay. So, short sword. End turn, lose the fear effect.
Calatharius is going to. He's going to do another just physical attack. I'm going to go bite on Way.
Okay.
Ah!
Nice. The first one. Woo!
Claw attack on Magnus.
Miss.
Holy hell, what is happening right now? Tail attack on Madara.
Yeah.
Can't do anything about that.
That's fine. NPC tank.
Yep, she's still okay for health.
And oh god, I don't know who's gonna hit with this one. I'm just gonna that would be Way.
Yeah.
Mace coming at you.
Well, this feels very racially motivated, but I'm not gonna say nothing.
Hmm.
Okay, yeah, that hits. I will reduce that bludgeoning. 0. I'll just take that fire.
Okay.
So let's see.
I can't believe I haven't dropped anyone yet.
So minus
Mhm.
13.
I actually
You
haven't.
almost dropped me.
I don't want to jinx it, but I've not taken any damage.
Okay.
Way, save please.
Oh, yeah.
You have
Wisdom save.
advantage.
Wisdom save. Nope.
Nope, you're frightened.
What about the Twilight Sanctuary thing?
I can. It's at the end of your turn. I can end
Ah.
the frighten,
Okay.
or
Well-
give you temporary hit points. It's your choice.
No, that's fine. I'll unload. Do my best. That's a 20. 26.
So the
I'm
20
assuming-
and the 26 are hitting.
Okay. That's 12. 24.
Way.
How do I kill him?
How do you kill him?
Yeah.
I plunge my sword into his heart and I drag it down into his taint. It's a long way down, but I have the flight. I have the speed.
Awesome. You gut the demon from what is it? Gizzard to gullet to gizzard.
Carve
And
his heart out.
he falls prone on the floor. And with that, you have succeeded. You have saved the next generation. You've saved the people that would come in 1,000 years. But at your own expense, as you are now trapped inside of this gem. Trying to end turns here. There we go. So what I would like to do is move on over to Lunara, who is in the desert in the battle. And Lunara, the battle is, I guess maybe we'll give you a picture that's more interesting to look at. The battle is fierce, but having Calatharius gone really puts a big dent in the morale of the opposing army, and a lot of them don't see the point in sticking around and fighting. They do while it's fun, but as soon as they meet significant resistance, they end up sort of turning tail and leaving. It's not a full-on like creatures fleeing, but they
Well,
get bored and they fly off basically,
sure.
or wander off. So there are going to be a lot of demons and devils in this desert for a long time to come, but now it's a matter of hunting them down as individuals rather than as an army.
Yeah.
The Allied armies are hit very hard. It was a hard-fought battle. There are a lot of dead and wounded to help. I'm going to leave it up to you as to whether or not Pandora survives or not.
I'd like to say she does.
Roll die. Roll die.
Yeah, okay. I am going to use my my final what am I trying to say? My my final inspiration for this.
Okay.
So what are the
So-
parameters? Oh.
Not fucking
I don't
20.
think it matters. Nat
Fine.
20.
I was going to say like 11 or higher she lives, 10 or lower she's not. But yeah, she comes through with aplomb. She proves herself. She probably like earns herself a lot of respect from her from her people. Lunara would like as soon as she takes a moment to kind of go, well, fuck, we actually did that. As soon as she's like blasted Martek out of existence, and then she jumps into the fight and helps as much as she can, helps blunt the aggression of the demons, uses every spell she can to kind of put them all down and just try and save as many lives as possible. As you
Awesome.
say, it's a bloody, hard fought victory, but it's a victory.
Absolutely, it is. And after the battle, once everyone is rested, once the wounded are tended to, the dead are buried, the city starts to restore itself. And you one day, Blah, I can't say her name. Pandora comes to you, and she's carrying a bag, a soft leather bag, and she gives it to you, and inside of it are the 5 gemstones. And she says, "We need to make a decision as to what to do with these. We could break them and free whatever is inside. It would free your friends, I think. But if they have not succeeded, then the demon comes out." And she hands you the bag.
Oh, you're giving me that decision. Okay. Okay. I will ruminate on it. I have a lot of I have nothing but belief in my friends. I might see if there's any way I can find out what's inside, like if there's some magic I can do to find out what's inside. But ultimately, I would probably open them because I've got to take the risk. I can't leave my friends like that.
All right.
And if I
So
have to fight a demon on my own, I have to fight a demon on my own.
after you guys inside of the gem, it's weird being in there. There's no sense of time. You don't get hungry. You don't get tired. You just sort of exist. You don't know if you've been in there an hour or 1,000 years. The body of the demon vanishes once he is slain, and you sort of just exist in this nothingness.
Limbo.
Yeah.
Mm.
And no, Magnus, it would not.
Didn't think so. I would probably just turn to the group and be like, so anybody got any cards or something?
I can carve dice. That chalk.
Worse
Well,
yet,
I
no
mean,
one has any
good
smoke.
enough. No, I mean, I brought all of my smokes and my cigars. If I ration them, they could last, a week.
I have bottles of fine ink, which means we can like make the dots on dice, and we can carve some
There
of
you
that
go.
crystalline. We can
Oh,
carve
there you
some,
go.
some
We're
of
gonna have
that crystal.
gemstone dice. Here we go.
Exactly.
I'd love it
Now you're
if
thinking.
they go to all the effort and they spend all the time to make the dice, and just as they're finished and about to play the game, Lunara opens the gems to get them out.
Yeah,
Like,
Adriel.
Daddy needs lucky sixes.
Adriel will just be in a state of like meditation the entire time, like in his, I don't know, God mode, I guess. Right.
Adriel, you've never felt closer to Gorm, more like Gorm in your life. You when you're meditating, your sisters meditate with you, and it's like you can read their thoughts. It's almost like you're one person but three. And for the first time in a while, the prayers of your people are quiet. They can't seem to reach you here.
So yeah, I would just stay in that state of like meditation with my sisters. Like we would all just be in our own mental place.
Yeah. And then one day, you feel that strange tug you felt a while ago now, and suddenly you are standing in front of Lunara inside the. I imagine you guys are in the Lost City at this point.
Yeah, probably in like the I probably like arranged like a containment room with the mages.
Maybe Zargon's
Um,
chamber.
Yeah, but somewhere somewhere safe, somewhere like if I did bring out a demon, like I've got contingency plans to like trap myself in here with the demon if that is what needs to be done.
Okay.
I've made peace with everything I need to do, and yeah. And like you see her, like she was in the middle of casting something just to have something ready, and then she just kind of drops everything, and just leaps at you guys.
You
I mean-
found a way to save us, Lenara.
Did what I had to do. It was a gamble, but you guys have always been worth it.
Speaking of gamble, you probably see most of Magnus's possessions like stacked next to Way because he's lost it all gambling.
Way does not. He doesn't bet. He plays for the fun of it. Gambling is sinful.
And yet somehow Magnus has still lost all of his possessions.
He's still
too.
found a way to do it.
With that, you are free to go about your lives. So I would like to take the last few minutes of the game to sort of tie up what happens next with your characters. Adriel, I think we will go last because I want to talk to you about Gorm and all that kind of stuff. So who would like to go first? Who would like to sort of tell us what happens from here?
I'll go since I have
Okay.
the simplest story. I will walk up to, well, not walk up because she leapt into the group. I reach my hand out.
Oh, your book, is that what you're after?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, gets that out of the bag of holding.
Yeah.
Of course.
Did you read it?
No, I didn't touch it.
What a shame.
It's yours.
What a shame. Thank you. Now then, I assume we have, we sort of hang around for a little while longer before we actually before we part ways,
Mhm.
all of us. But when that time comes, I will gather up my things, which is not many things whatsoever at all, and I just see you next time. And I wave goodbye. You know where to find me. The long trek home. Remember, the statue. Go right of the rock that kind of looks like B in the mountains.
You still want me to do that journey?
No, that's it. If any of you want to visit,
Oh, okay.
you're free to visit.
Cool.
And I go on my merry way. I go back to the temple and resume my monastery life.
Awesome.
A simple living. To achieve enlightenment one day, hopefully.
I just do that, that nod in movies. Where it's like, did a good job.
Wonderful adventure.
Hmm.
You know where to write, B.
I don't think Magnus's is much more complicated than that. Yeah, I imagine we probably all spend a few days being brought up to speed. Magnus is gonna have questions like how long were we gone? What's changed? And once he's gotten caught up and sort of gotten used to being back, he's going to head back to Bralazar and probably hang up the armor and take up the role of a priest, whether it be in the town or maybe he's going to travel. And yeah, when Wei decides that it's time to move on, Magnus is just gonna be like, "Hey, does your route take you back towards Bralazar? I'll tag along with you."
Yeah, I'll depart with Magnus at Bralazar then.
Yeah. And Magnus will like hug Lunara goodbye and
Aw.
probably offer to shake Adriel's hand.
I shake it and I say, feel free to worship me.
I've got a god. But thanks for the offer.
You can worship more than one,
Can you? I probably, that's like the first 15 minutes of my talk with Wei as we leave. She's like, can you actually worship more gods? Isn't that kind of like heresy?
No, you can worship.
I shrug. I'm not religious.
Oh, amazing. And I guess Lunara.
Yeah. Lunara would her plan from the beginning was to get here and stay here. So she's going to try and build herself a life, hopefully with Pandora if she'll take her.
Awesome. Yeah.
And like maybe kind of take some involvement in helping to run the place, act as like a fourth member of the like try and establish like a council with the three three leads,
Factions.
and then act as like a part of that council and help run this place.
Amazing. Yeah.
If that is on the cards, yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. I think after some time, the Lost City begins to integrate a little bit more with the outside world. The council is careful to take it slow, but they do start trading. They open up that back entrance, the one that's over here, and turn it into more of a proper entrance in and out of the city. The pyramid is still there. It's pretty much just sort of shut up and left. It's more a marker than anything else at this point. But caravans do come through. They come through that back way through the Underdark tunnels. And also some of the Underdark Denzians begin coming up and trading with them here. So it becomes a little bit more of a flourishing city with some proper trade, the drow, and also the people on the surface. And in Lunara's lifetime, you would see it change fairly drastically from what it was. A lot of that residual crazy from the followers of Zargon over time sort of dissipates and cooler heads prevail. And while the three factions do remain sort of divided, they also become united in a lot of ways. And so they become a good balance of counsel for the city itself, which sort of leads us into Adriel. Adriel, once you are freed from the gem, you realize that having defeated your brother and with your sisters by your side, you are the living embodiment of Gorm. And with that realization grows your power. And you realize that you have a choice to make. You can stay here on this earth as Adriel, living your life until you die. And when you die, the spirit of Gorm will enter another host. Or you can ascend as Gorm and take your place as a god.
Oh yeah, he totally goes back home and takes his place as a god.
How did I know you were going to say that? Your sisters follow you. And you have the responsibility and the privilege of watching over your friends as they complete their lives, their stories, and you, I don't know, perhaps you give them guidance and aid along the way, perhaps you let them fend for themselves, knowing that they're capable.
I would say I play a role in my people's lives after everything that. Well, I take probably like a break for like 20 years or so. But yeah, but I'm always there. Like I let them know my presence. Like they definitely know I am watching over them.
And it does, Lunara, this probably has the most direct impact on you living in the city. The three gods, when they ascend and their followers, because of the harmony between the three, the followers become much more harmonious.
Yeah.
And also just more protected. You know, Gorm will occasionally smite things that need smiting.
Yeah.
And the city is under the protection of the gods.
Yeah,
And
I think
coincidentally, Magnus never wins another game of dice after the gods ascend.
yeah. I think Lunara kind of takes on the job as like a diplomat to some extent for the city. Having the knowledge of the outside world probably works pretty well to kind of help them integrate and find their place.
Excellent. And with that, we say goodbye to these characters in this story. Thank you so much for allowing me to run this game. This is one I have wanted to run for such a long time, and I've never been able to do it before. So I appreciate you guys taking a chance on a sort of weird old module and being along for the ride. That's and really creating way more into the story than exists in this old module. It's a lot of dungeons and not a lot of story, and you guys just built such an amazing story from it. So thank you so much. This has been amazing.
Yeah,
Thanks for letting us try to derail it at every corner.
Yeah.
It was fun.
You know, I've always been terrified of giving the wish spell out, and really could not have gone better.
Speak for yourselves. I've been a good boy this whole campaign.
Yeah, so I guess we'll take next week off. And we should probably talk about what we're interested in doing next.
Hellthar is the
anyone-
sequel. 1,000 years later. Do this shit again.
I was debating it. If you guys didn't kill him, I was debating going full on homebrew and bringing him back and
Forget the
Seeing if
homebrew.
that
I'll
would
just
be of
been like,
interest.
all right, well, 1,000 years in the future, roll up new characters, and we're gonna play this
Mm.
campaign again.
We have phaser rifles and everything now.
There you go.
Right?
Do this game in Starjammer.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Spelljammer.
Yeah, Spelljammer. Yeah.
Does anyone have any suggestions for what we do next? Is there anything anyone's itching to play?
No, I don't.
Nothing jumps out at me.
Yeah, not really.
Okay, I might I'll do some digging and see. I've kind of been looking, but I don't like digging too much into the next campaign before I'm done the one that I'm doing because I get excited about the
Sure.
new campaign and don't want to lose excitement for the one I'm playing.
Wait.
Um,
I have one thing. I don't want
Yeah.
it to be underground. I don't want it
Right.
to be
Okay.
underground too long.
Okay.
Like out of the abyss. It's like, oh,
Yeah, it's a lot of
please let me
a
see
lot
the
of
sun and
underground.
and regular normal civilization
Yeah, I guess. I
every
mean,
once in a while.
if we're making requests, like I don't mind the dungeon crawl, but we just did a good one. It'd be nice to follow it up with a more like
Something a little bit more open.
I
Yeah.
don't know if it has to be more open, but more
Populated?
politicky would be fun.
Yeah.
I think.
So with that in mind, have any of
Tomorrow.
you played Kingmaker?
No.
The Pathfinder game? No.
It's a Pathfinder game. It's easily modded to 5e. And
Didn't we
it
start
is
running that one with you before? But never
you
actually
might
got
have
to-
actually. It's one that I've
we never
started and
got
I've
to
never
do-
finished.
Yeah, we never got to. We only got about 4 or 5 sessions in, before you kind of you had to abandon everything.
That was when I left. Yeah, that's right.
Yes. Yeah, I'd be happy to resume that one to retry that one.
So that one, for those of you that don't know, it is basically asked by a government to go in and take over an area of land and sort of turn it into your own kingdom with assistance from them. Because this piece of land is being warred over by many nations. And so this one nation sends people out into several areas of this big swath of land, says, make a kingdom here, run it. We are going to give you the assets for it with the idea that we will be allies. And it's a way of that kingdom taking on the land without overtly taking on the land and starting a war.
Yeah.
We're annexing some land. I mean,
yeah.
That sounds
And
right
then-
up my alley, but I don't want to force the group's hand. So
I am 100% in for that. I'm 100% up for that.
There's a lot of politics with it. There's a lot of combat with it. It's very large scale. So it's a lot of like, there is some like managing of your town, and there's a building aspect that we can do or we cannot do depending on what you guys are interested in, where you can sort of choose how you build up your town with the resources that you have. And then, occasionally your town might be attacked or things will happen. It's a world building within a D&D campaign that also has your normal like go and clear out an area. There's a dungeon. There's a horde of creatures that need to be dealt with, and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, that sounds really good. I'd be up for that. And maybe we run that in New Edition D&D.
Well, that's the other conversation we need to have. Do we want to do
Yes.
the new one?
I would like to, because everything else I'm running is going to be transitioning over, so it's going to get damn confusing if I have to try and remember, okay, we go back to this mode for this one. But obviously I'm down for the group decision.
I will push back slightly and say I personally prefer the more grand adventure than going back home every time we finish a mission type thing.
Mhm.
Because essentially, because with the concept of Kingmaker, we're not going to be traveling very far outside the radius. We're going to be kind of stuck in the neighborhood.
You do have a home base, definitely, very much so with Kingmaker. There is some travel, but it's not like Tyranny of Dragons or Storm King's Thunder, where you're going like across continents. That is absolutely true.
And not necessarily across continents, but I do enjoy that grand adventure sort of, even just up and down the Sword Coast and here, this
Mhm.
town, that town, hitting the north, going south.
Should
That's
we,
me. That's
should we all just think about it and then talk about it in chat so we can have time?
Yeah, why
Yeah.
don't I put together a few suggestions? If you guys have any suggestions, do let me know as well. And I'll put together like a little handout of some ideas, and you guys can sort of discuss in chat and see what you come up with.
Okay.
And we
Sounds
should also talk about 2024 rules and if we're going to use them and that kind of thing. Again, let's take some time, mull it over. Like I said, we won't play next week, which will give me time to put stuff together and then prepare stuff for whatever we decide on.
Mhm.
Sure.
And
Um,
I just want to say one thing. While Magnus is like living his life and I'm back up in my domain, I mess with him a little bit, but not to the point where I offend his god. But I might like not let his cigarette light, and he'll just be sitting there trying to light it over and over again. And then you'll hear a little
Magnus
thunder in
never
the
wins.
background.
Magnus never wins a game of dice again. I'm
Yeah.
saying it right there.
Yeah, I do mess with you. Just want to throw that out
I mean,
there.
I figured. The only thing with 2024 rules, I'm for or against. Like, I don't care. I'm not biased in any way if we want to use it. My only concern with it is how well it works without like the new monster manual.
I know nothing about 2024 rules, but they seem really interesting to me. Like
They do. They seem
things
really
that
neat.
Yeah, they seem really
I've
cool.
noticed that the PCs seem a lot stronger,
Mhm.
Yeah.
which tells me balancing might be interesting until the new monster manual comes out. But
Yeah.
I'm whatever the group decides, it's fine.
I will say, so I didn't run, I played in a game on Thursday where we used the full 2024 rules for the first time. It was one of my friends was DMing, and we're going to do a small sort of short campaign. We have someone off in our regular campaign, so we're kind of doing like an in-between thing. And it has been, so far with just this one session we've done, I really liked it. The changes to the PCs were cool. And the rules changes, there's not a ton. Although it's going to take me some time to wrap my head around it, so you guys will have to help and bear with me and all that kind of thing if we do go that route. I don't know that the balance is much of a problem. I have to rebalance everything for you guys anyway because you're such strong players. So if it means I have to throw a few more extra monsters at you, then so be it. I mean, that Pit Fiend was a level CR20 creature.
Mm.
Yeah, but I mean, we had Way and Adriel and Lunara. Like, not a
Well,
lot
and
was going to get through those three.
That's exactly what I mean, though. You guys all build really well and you're good players, so like you're very strategic. So like I always have to kind of like rebalance things for you guys anyway, knowing that like an easy fight, you're just gonna like stomp like it's nothing. So like I can rebalance as needed for a more if we do go that route. And then when the monster manual comes out, we can just switch over to those monsters.
Sure.
So my only concern for 5.5 or 2024 at the moment is if any of us wants to play a subclass or archetype that's not currently in the default
Yeah.
3 they put out. Yeah, that's only it. That's just it. Because if somebody wants to play, God forbid, an artificer next campaign, there isn't really rules for that. Or they
Yeah.
want to play a rune knight as a fighter. There isn't. There isn't really any balance, or rather, we don't know if there's gonna be any balance, or if they're just gonna directly port it over. That kind of stuff.
Yeah, and that is definitely something to think about because you're right. Like the campaign that I played in, we all agreed that we were going to just use the 2024 character options, but it's a short-term campaign. I'm not super upset that I don't get to build an artificer or whatever, but when you're doing a long-term campaign, you want to play the character you want to play.
Yeah.
So we would have to either go with the 2014 rules or do some homebrew or something.
So I guess
Um,
maybe what we should all do is take a look at the new classes and subclasses that are available and decide whether we're all going to be happy playing something that's already out rather than trying to hodgepodge stuff together.
Yeah, that sounds
Um,
good.
I do have the player's handbook in Roll20, so you guys can read it through the compendium because it is shared through this game. So if you don't
Could
have
you
access
search?
to it yourself, you can look stuff up here. I will say it's a little bit buggy. I think they're fixing it, but sometimes you search for things and the page is blank. But if you go through the actual
5e Tools has everything as well. Sorry to interrupt. 5e Tools has everything for 24 as well. Then you can filter it to 24, so it's a bit easier to find.
Nice. Okay, cool.
All right, I need to
Yeah,
get
I
going,
think if you go
guys.
through the compendium here, it's a little bit better than going through the game, and you should have access to the compendium because you're in my game.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah,
Alright.
perfect.
Well, I just downloaded the player's handbook from somewhere. Does
Awesome.
anybody want it? A PDF? The full PDF?
Yeah, I
of
mean,
it?
if you
Anybody
don't mind
want it?
sharing it, I would love to
I'll throw it up in
view
here.
what it might be like.
I just I bought it really quickly.
I'm gonna get going, guys. You guys have a great night. It was fun. A great day.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
should
thanks
say.
guys. Have a great one.
Take
I will
care.
talk
Take
to you
care.
all soon.
Bye bye.
Yeah.
Anyone who is watching, thank you for watching, and maybe see you soon with the new game. Bye now. It was fun.